All right. I've been doing videos talking about Offplan since 2021. I think I have a playlist on Offplan here on YouTube. Off my head, I know I should have done nothing less than 10 videos, between 10 to 20 videos on Offplan topics here on YouTube. And I've been able to guide a lot of investors. I've been able to assist a lot of investors to invest profitably in Offplan. Offplan is highly risky, particularly in Nigeria. And between 2023 till date, I've personally also realized that myself from the off plan that I've sold and as well as the off plan that I've invested. Um, I've bought off plan that worked. I've bought off plan that failed. I've sold off plan that worked. I've sold off plan that failed. So I feel I've gathered enough experience and exposure about off plan, particularly around this part of the world, to be able to discuss about the scams in off plan, the shams in off plan, particularly between the past 5 years, and how a couple of these different developers have used different tactics, uh, different methods to um, get money out of investors while they themselves not losing anything, basically. All right. So in case this is your first time on my channel, my name is Rabi Mustafa. I'm the lead consultant and the host at Meet the Property Guys channel. And this is a channel we created specifically for real estate market analysis, market overview, market insights, the risk, the profit, the opportunities, and also analyzing the jargons about the real estate space and the real estate sector in Nigeria. So, if you are looking for a comprehensive one-stop um, channel online where you can learn about the real estate space, the real estate market, the real estate industry, particularly for Nigeria and for Lagos, this is your good channel. You are at the right place. All right. So, um, let's talk about the off-plan scams. Firstly, let me start with off-plan. Off-plan are projects that we are selling while they are under development or while they are under construction. So most times, what we sell at off-plan is the 3D, the floor plan, the visuals of what the property is going to look like, but the property is still like at the construction stage. So they can be at different construction stage. It can be like the foundation. It can be at the first floor, second floor, third floor. It can be at the piling. It can even be at when there's nothing on site, just the banner. All right. So around 2020, 2019, the off-plan industry also boomed, just like the entire real estate space in Lagos, and we had projects at Adesanya. We had the Urban Prime 1, Prime 2, Prime 3, Prime 4. We had the apartments, we had the Oakley, um, then we had the Victoria Crest homes also, Crest 4, Crest 5, then Victoria Nest 1, Nest 2, and then eventually the Citadel Views 1, Views 2, and so on. So we also have Efficacy also did a couple of bungalows, Big Bungalows Phase 1, Big Bungalows Phase 2, Phase 3, Phase 4, Big Bay, Big Prime, Prime 1, Prime 2, Big Terraces, and we also had Veritasi did the Camberwell Court 1, Court 2, Camberwell Court Advantage 1, Advantage 2, Advantage 3, Advantage 4, and Advantage 5. So we also had GMH. GMH also did GCC 3, GCC 4, GCC 5, and a number of the other high rises. Then did EGC, Osborne. Yeah, they did one project in Osborne, Ikoyi also. All right, so then Paradise Court. We had Paradise Court in Orchid also. Then Eri Montego also did some in Lekki Palm City, another one in Ikate, and another one in Adesanya. Then ArcView did Treasure Island Phase 1, Phase 2, Bluestone, Treasure Hilltop, where they sell buildings on of plan too. Um, which popular? Yes, Xylos also did Phase 2. Lekki Havana 1, Xylos Court 1, Xylos Court 2, and now they're also building Lekki Phase 1, the boating heights. Um, which other off plan, which other off plan, which other off plan. So, a number of the companies, some of them have even folded. Some of the companies that did some of these projects around the 2020, they're about okay. Evermark also did the cast 2 bungalows. Then they did the cast 2 in Chevron, and then they're doing another one in Maryland right now. Yeah. So AY Homes also did a number of up plan. The Landmark LCR also did Paragon Terraces, the Avocado Smart Homes 1, the Avocado Apartments 2.0. They also do Queens Homes. They also did some off plan around the Sherry also, and they are doing something around in the VI too currently. And a number of other off plan by maybe smaller developers. Romax Homes, yeah, there's Romax Homes also. Some other people also did some off plan in Lekki Phase 1, around Admiralty or the Freedom Way and the likes too. All right, so looking at the market, the off plan market particularly, between a lot of other sectors in the real estate sector also have their own scams and shams too, like the land banking. I'm not talking about that today. The buyback too. I'm not talking about that today too. So I'm talking about off plan today. So, all right. So looking at the performance of a lot of these companies between 2020 till date, there's hardly any company that did off plan between 2020 till 2025 that have not got some scandals, that have not been called out online, and that have not also had to do refund or basically tell client that they have to pay more. Like I said, I've sold off plan, I've invested in off plan, I've sold off plan that makes sense and those that end terribly. I've invested in off plan that makes sense and invested in off plan that also ended terribly. So a lot of these things I can speak from experience. So between 2020 to date, like almost 90% of all these companies have got scandals. I've got called out. I've got different memos that I had to send. Efficacy had to send memo. Landwey had to send memo. ArcView sent memo. Those are the ones that I sold, so I know about them. You know, so and a couple of other private developers even that I sold to, just relatively 2023, they also have to send memos that, oh sorry, they can't meet up, or we have to change to this, we have to move to that, and so on and so forth like that. So and in a lot of ways, it's pretty easy for everyone to complain and blame the economy, blame the inflation, blame the exchange rates, blame the fuel subsidy removal, blame COVID. You know, I received a memo around January, and the developer was still talking about COVID in 2025 January, COVID of 2020. You know, so I blame COVID, and is laughable, to be very frank. That companies that are doing hundreds of millions in naira, some of them doing billions in naira, cannot hold themselves accountable for disappointing investors, for disappointing their customers, but are still throwing blame around to COVID, still throwing blame around to fuel subsidy removal, to inflation, or some things that are simply just their own fault. Now, first and foremost, any company that has more than 3 off-plan projects at the market at the same time is a problem. You are just on a time bomb. It's just a matter of time, because Nigeria is a volatile country. The president can wake up and then make so policy. You can wake up and cement can go to so rate. You can wake up and reinforcement system can go to so. You can wake up and dollar rate can go to so rate, and it's going to have an immediate impact on cost of construction. So why should you have more than 3 off-plan projects simultaneously that you are doing? Worse is you even have 5 off-plan projects selling at the same time. So before you know it, you are now moving funds from project A to project B, funds collected from project B to project C, funds collected from project C to Lekki Havana 1, Xylos Court 1, Xylos Court 2, and now they're also building Lekki Phase 1, the boating heights. Um, we should have plan, we should have plan, we should have other have plan. So a number of the companies, some of them have even folded. Some of the companies that did some of these projects around the 2020, they're about okay. Evermark also did the cast two bungalows. Then they did the cast two in Chevron, and then they're doing another one in Maryland right now. Yeah. So AY Homes also did a number of Offplan. The Landmark LCR also did Paragon Terraces, the Avocado Smart Homes 1, the Avocado Apartments 2.0. They also do Queens Homes. They also did some Offplan around the Sherry also, and they are doing something around in the VI too currently. And a number of other Offplan by maybe smaller developers, Romax Homes. Yeah, there's Romax Homes also. Some other people also did some Offplan in Lekki Phase 1, around Admiralty or the Freedom Way and the likes too. All right, so looking at the market, the Offplan market particularly, between a lot of other sectors in the real estate sector also have their own scams and shams too, like the land banking. I'm not talking about that today. The buyback too. I'm not talking about that today too. So I'm talking about Offplan today. So, all right. So looking at the performance of a lot of these companies between 2020 till date, there's hardly any company that did Offplan between 2020 till 2025 that have not got some scandals, that have not been called out online, and that have not also had to do refund or basically tell client that they have to pay more. Like I said, I've sold off plan, I've invested in off plan, I've sold off plan that makes sense and those that end terribly. I've invested in off plan that makes sense and invested in off plan that also ended terribly. So a lot of these things I can speak from experience. So between 2020 to date, like almost 90% of all these companies have got scandals. I've got called out. I've got different memos that I had to send. Efficacy had to send memo. Landwey had to send memo. ArcView sent memo. Those are the ones that I sold, so I know about them. You know, so and a couple of other private developers even that I sold to, just relatively 2023, they also have to send memos that, oh sorry, they can't meet up, or we have to change to this, we have to move to that, and so on and so forth like that. So and in a lot of ways, it's pretty easy for everyone to complain and blame the economy, blame the inflation, blame the exchange rates, blame the fuel subsidy removal, blame COVID. You know, I received a memo around January, and the developer was still talking about COVID in 2025 January, COVID of 2020. You know, so I blame COVID, and is laughable, to be very frank, that companies that are doing hundreds of millions in naira, some of them doing billions in naira, cannot hold themselves accountable for disappointing investors, for disappointing their customers, but are still throwing blame around to COVID, still throwing blame around to fuel subsidy removal, to inflation, or some things that are simply just their own fault. Now, first and foremost, any company that has more than 3 off-plan projects at the market at the same time is a problem. You are just on a time bomb. It's just a matter of time, because Nigeria is a volatile country. The president can wake up and then make so policy. You can wake up and cement can go to so rate. You can wake up and reinforcement system can go to so. You can wake up and dollar rate can go to so rate, and it's going to have an immediate impact on cost of construction. So why should you have more than 3 off-plan projects simultaneously that you are doing? Worse is you even have 5 off-plan projects selling at the same time. So before you know it, you are now moving funds from project A to project B, funds collected from project B to project C, funds collected from project C to project D, loss. But them too, they don't want to take a loss. They don't care if you do the deal and you make 0 naira. As long as them they make profit, they are fine. So developers too, them too, they don't care if you make a loss or you not make 1 naira from that deal. As long as them they are fine, they make profit. They don't care. So everybody is just being in an industry where they don't care about the next person. They're only concerned about themselves, and that's why we are here. That's why we are here. Around 80 to 70% of the off-plan sold in 2020 and 2021 today, the people that bought it did not collect their keys. The people that collected their keys, that bought 2020 to 2021 off-plan, likely they paid within 6 months, or they are among the few companies that did not really have issue, because around 90% of the companies, they all had to apply for refund or write for refund. And yes, I admit that COVID had its effects. I also admit that the first subsidy removal and the floating of the naira had a huge effect on the construction industry. But a lot of these effects could have been managed, could have been reduced, if developers also have been sensible or have scaled sensibly. But a lot of them, based on market rush, and we sold out in 2 weeks, we sold out in 1 month, we sold out in 2 months. They were just constantly looking for new projects to launch. And this is off plan. You are not selling a ready built house. You are selling something that you are still going to build. You are still going to buy cement. You are still going to buy reinforcement steel. You are still going to buy tiles. You are still going to buy POP cement. You are still going to buy painting, or you are going to buy paint. And you are still going to buy wood, planks, roofing sheets. And you are now making yourself vulnerable to a market that is already volatile, that is already unstable, because you are just collecting the money and going into multiple projects. And for a lot of investors, they are trapped. Your money is with them already. You have paid. House, you know, see. They say they want to give back your money. That's even threatening you on the your money back that they want to give. What can you do? You want to fight. Fighting in Nigeria is expensive, because you pay a lawyer, you go to court, you go to mediation, you go to this one, it's money. You already have one money trapped. You are still spending another money to get out a trapped money. And our judicial system is not even fantastic, because you can have a court case going on 2 years, 3 years. We have companies that have done a lot of scams and shams, and they just rebranded. You see the same people, but they just change their company name, change their color, and change their logo, and they're back in the business. Investors did not know. Investors feel like they have closed down. You know? And some of the prices that some of these properties were sold also, you are even going to know that they cannot deliver at that price. Look at Fairfield Apartment. At some point, Fairfield Apartment were selling 2 beds for 16 million. I think they even sold at 14 million at some point. Sold at 14 million, sold at 16 million. And they were building, was it 4 floors? Yeah, probably 4 floors. How? How can you deliver? And at the same time, they were investing a lot in marketing and incentives. Telling the investors that you drop 5 million deposit or 2 million deposit, you go to Dubai. So deposits, they will take you to a cool hotel. You know, all these incentives don't make any sense. Deliver, give people their keys. That's the best incentive you can give a customer that bought off plan. Deliver, collect your keys. That's the best incentive. Buy so you need to go to on a trip. Buy so you need, collect so discount. Those are not incentive. That you buy an off plan project and I give you your key. That's the best incentive I can give you. So we really need to review the markets, review what has worked, review what has failed, and know that, okay, these are the things that we should really avoid, because we can't continue doing the same thing and expect the same results, or expect a different result rather. Investors cannot continue to be looking for 3 years payment plan, 4 years payment plan, and expect delivery in a market that is unstable. It's not possible. Investors cannot expect to be looking for 12 months interest free and expect the project not to get stuck. It's not possible. You know, investors cannot want to pay deposits for a property and you are asking for an incentive. No, it's not land. Even if it's land, can ask for 10 bags of rice. It's land. You want to give you your land. But for a building, you want to make a deposit and you are still negotiating the incentive they want to give you for a building. You get mine though. You get mine. Particularly looking at what has transpired between this period, 2020 to 2025. I bought an off-plan project. I paid more for that project. Yeah, the developer asked more. I paid more, and I still did not collect house. Like, I bought at off-plan. They asked for more. I paid more, and I still did not. Like, they completed the project. I still did not collect house. So that's to show you that I experienced the disappointment too personally, first hand. It has happened to me too, and that's for the one I even invested. Not even now talk of the different dramas I've had to experience with the one that I've sold. You know, some of our clients bought at finished, or bought, we marketed at finished. They bought, they finished payment. The developer say, no, it's carcass that we are going to deliver. And they expect us to go and explain that to our clients, and they expect us to still have a very good relationship with that client. Some of our clients bought, and then the developer say, sorry, we cannot sell at that price again. We have to refund your money. And they expect us to, as realtors, as agents, to still have a very good relationship with those kind of people. You know, some of our clients bought, paid up on time, and then the developer still has to come back that, sorry, you cannot deliver at that price again, except you collect your money back, but you have to ask also amount. And they want us to have very good relationship with those clients. They're just jeopardizing our relationship, just jeopardizing our reputation. And them developers, they have nothing to lose. To be very frank. Most of the companies that messed up different projects this year, they are still selling now. They are still even on Nairametrics. They are still on routers. They are still doing projects. People are still buying. You know, those people that have nothing to lose. It's we agents and investors most times that have things to lose, because they just damage the reputation, all the investment that you have made to get that client, to get that investor, to get that person's trust. It's just gone. So from this, what I've seen happen here, I've learned some valuable lesson. Any developer that have more than 3 off-plan projects, that are doing more than 3 off-plan projects, to me is a no. I'm not interested. Any developer that have 5 projects, 5 off-plan projects in the market, that's selling all the 5 projects in the market at the same time, off-plan in the market at the same time, 5. I don't do. And now, for a lot of investors, I always ask their risk appetite before they go into some certain off-plan, because I'll tell you, this off-plan that you are doing is at the highest level of risk at this stage. If you can wait for the next 8 months or 9 months and let's see what this company can do, yes, you may be paying at a higher price, but at least then the risk is lower. It's just that most time investors too, you guys are not worth saving, because you don't want to pay more, whereas you want peace of mind. So how do you want to do it? A project is 50 million at foundation. Then the project is, let's say, 75 million and they are at roofing. Yes, you are paying 25 million more at this stage, but at this stage you are sure the risk is lower because they are at roofing. You have seen them roofing the house. You can pay this 50 million and that house will not leave foundation. So will you rather have your entire 50 million stock, or you are only paying 25 million more, but now you are safe? So these are the questions that you need to ask yourself. That is it my money? Am I fine risking my money, or am I fine risking my peace of mind, or am I fine risking my health? Because either you like it or not, once you start worrying too much about a particular project, it starts affecting your health. So affect your health. So these are the different scams and shams about the off-plan industry. I just don't want to mention names because I've been beaten hard from sales, hard from transactions, hard from investment that I've done, and if you want to really get anything done in Nigeria, you have to be resilient. So and that's one of the reasons why I'm still in this sector, and I'm still in this space, because despite almost all the buzz, all the troubles, all the petitions, we are still like, okay, we have to make a difference. We have to find a better way to do this thing. And one of the better ways also to do this is why I'm also building a pop tech. And one of the things that we also want to integrate in our pop tech is what we call a rating system. So we are trying to build a way where every transaction to every company will matter. Because at times when you are dragging a developer, you say, is it not just one unit you buy? It's not just 100 million your client paid. So 100 million is not money. So we want to force these companies to realize that every transaction matters. Even if your net worth is 10 billion, that 100 million transaction matters. That 10 million transaction matters. So we want to have a central rating system where every investor can rate a transaction, can rate an investment. That, I invested with this company, this is my experience, this is how smooth it was, this is how bad it was, this is what I expected, this is what I got. So when we have a central rating system, eventually we can now be able to tag that, seems this particular developer, everybody is complaining about this particular thing with this developer. So you can tag them that, slow in delivery, this developer. What you see is not what you get, this developer. Lack integrity, this developer. Does not deliver, this developer. Scammer, this developer. So you can create ratings and reviews, and then now classify these people. So because this rating platform is now a central database, every investor can always go to this rating platform to first check before they go on to transact with the developer. Because if you look at this one, are you sure you are going to deliver this thing within 6 months? Yes, now we do 6 months. So you go to the rating system and say, no, they don't deliver in 6 months though, they deliver in 18 months. They told me 6 months, it's 2 years they deliver. So I know that, okay, these are 6 months is not going to work. Now lie, they lie. Now boo boo. Now 2 years make I expect my house. So expectations are going to match reality. So those are part of the steps you are taking. This channel is also part of the step that we are taking to tell you, to educate you, to tell you that, this is what these people are doing. This is what has happened. This is what you should look out for. We are trying to make it better in our own little way. Basically, definitely we need partnership. We need support too. But no, we are not going to beg for it. So either we get it or we don't get it. We do what we are supposed to do. We do what we believe can be done. Basically, all right. So if you have things that you want to shed more light on, can be your personal experience, can be experience of someone you know, can be how you got stuck, how you get your phone stuck, how you got a bad investment, a bad review. Yeah, you can share your comments here. Let all of us pour out our mind. Like I said, I've invested in an off plan, but the added variation, I paid the variation, and I did not get my house, So yeah, and I know a lot of people had different terrible experience like that. So you can share your experience with us about any of the off plan that you have bought between 2020 to 2025 and what the experience have been like. All right, so for a lot of you guys that wonder what do you do, Rabiu, what do you do, what do you sell, what are your services? Okay, nowadays we've been posting in our YouTube shorts a couple of what we sell, and you can also go to our Instagram page. We always share the screenshots on our videos here on YouTube. You can check out our installment homes NG to also check out what we sell. Apart from selling real estate, we also manage and review. Can also like book a session with us and tell us, oh yeah, this is what I've invested in Nigeria, this is what I've done so far, this is what I still want to do. Abi, what's your advice? Do you feel I should go into this? Do you feel I should not go into it? Do you have other better alternative or better options for us? So yeah, I can also assist you with that. You can always reach out to me on my WhatsApp number. All right. So um once again, give us a thumb like. I know definitely a lot of you guys are going to resonate with what I've shared here. So give us a thumb like. Share this content also. Get more people to also like drop their view, drop their review, drop their experience. There may be someone that just want to buy from that same company that you bought from. And your comment is going to like help that person, or this video is going to help that person. So share this content, share it on your Facebook groups, your WhatsApp groups, your Telegram groups, your WhatsApp status, your WhatsApp stories, Snapchats, everywhere. You know, your broadcast list. Just share it. Let people also hear their view, and also um, listen to what has happened before, and they can use that as a lesson for their own future investments or future transactions that they want to do here. So I still remain your number one property guy on the planet, your property advisor, property consultant. My name is Rabi Mustafa. Thanks for watching our videos, and see you next time.